Now I want y'all to check this state part of the State of the Union speech from Joe Biden last night. This went over a lot of people's heads. When he was talking about the Native Americans, he was talking about the Aborigines, the so-called Black and African Americans, whose grandparents have been here since immemorial, or indigenous to the land, American Aborigines. But he used the term Native Americans and said they've been here 1,000 years. Then when he said something about chains, some came in chains, everybody went off and thought it was them or their ancestors, but that went over their heads. But check it out.
The only nation in the world with a heart and soul that draws from old and new. Home to Native Americans, and ancestors have been here for thousands of years.
There you go. Right? First thing he said was because they was the first people that was already here. We ain't come from nowhere. All right, we was already here before any European, any African, anybody. The Northmen, Carthagins, or uh, what is it? Or Christopher Columbus. We were already here. We've been here for thousands, maybe millions of years. I don't know, but a whole lot of years, thousands of years. Okay, let's continue.
Home to people of every place from every place on earth. They came freely. Some came in chains.
Some came in chains. Some were forced to come in chains. Those were the Africans. Okay, like I said, we were already here. Three classes of people here in 1790: free whites, enslaved Africans, and all other free persons. So all other free persons were already free, indigenous to the land. So-called Black and African Americans who have been reclassified as such.
Some came when famine struck, like my ancestral family in Ireland.
Okay, Ireland. You heard about the Irish slaves. They didn't just because come a famine. They were slaves also. White slavery, Indian slavery, chattel African slavery in America.
Some to flee persecution, to chase dreams that are impossible anywhere but here in America. That's America. And we all come from somewhere. So we're all Americans.
Y'all come from somewhere. The so-called Black and African Americans, like I said, were already here. All right, everybody else, except for the so-called Black and African Americans, are immigrants. Enslaved Africans involuntarily were forced to come here. They're still immigrants. They're from other countries. The so-called Native Americans basically came from Siberia across the Bering Straits. They also immigrants, but the original, with a small N, Native Americans or American natives were already here for the so-called Black people. So we got to get that straight. Those so-called Native Americans were from Siberia, East Asia, where their DNA runs. They are immigrants, but the American natives or Native Americans with a small N were already here, the so-called Black and African Americans. All right, so we pieced that up for you, Mr. President. So got to get it together a little bit. All right, peace out, y'all.